Why are men praising God for Filipinas? Why are men praising God for Filipinas? I wasn't planning on making this video, but I want to show you something that's just outright unbelievable. So there's a comment on one of the videos that was up, and this guy said, his name is VTU Corp, as you can see on the screen. He said, I got my Filipina, and no, it's not hype, it's a fact. They are the best. So I said, congrats, bro. Then another guy named Gregory Latta said, how did you do it? VTU Corp then responds. This was about 4 minutes ago. So as you can see, I literally just jumped on this, said, fuck it, I'm going to make the video for you guys. He responded to Gregory and said, I'm not going to lie. It was the biggest challenge of my life. I met her on Christian Filipina when I was living in Malaysia. I talked to her for 3 months and knew, like nothing else, that she was the one. I then bought a plane ticket from Malaysia to the Philippines, bought a ring that cost a small fortune. Did I know her ring size? Question mark? Nope. I didn't care. I knew it would fit. I got there and we met for the first time, and it was like the best drug you ever could take, but this drug didn't make you bite someone's face off. Lol. Okay. This was pure old school psycho medieval Romeo and Juliet love. I put the ring on her finger and it fit perfectly. The story only gets more unbelievable. I met her parents and proposed again in front of them. Fast forward, I had to go back to the States, but I went back again after I saved money. Then again, the third time we had the wedding. I came back to the States to prepare for her arrival with immigration. Then COVID happened and everything is shut down. 2 years and a 2-year-old daughter I couldn't see born later. Me and my wife are together finally, and next week we are having a new baby boy. I give all the glory to God for this. You have no idea how many miracles and impossible coincidences had to happen for this to actually be real. That's only half the story. Look, I recommend you pray for your Filipina to be given to you by God. Whoa, and be ready because you will go there. You will go through your own impossible quest to have her, but it will be so worth it. It will feel like you took the first breath of air in your life after being held underwater since you were born. It's just that intense. Hey, Ed Angry Guy, you can talk about this story if you want. I didn't even read that part. Unbelievable. I did not even finish reading it. I was like so taken aback by this. I was so shocked. I I am like, this is that isn't an insane coincidence. This guy talks about coincidences. I saw this and I read most of it, but I was so shocked. I was like, I read most of it. I didn't finish reading it. I was like, no, I need to make a video out of this. And I jump on and I start making a video. And now I see that he actually literally said at the end, hey, angry guy, you can talk about the story if you want. Because I guess he realized it would just be that amazing. And I was like, because like guys, right now the videos that are really trending on here are, videos about videos about American women being furious at Filipino at passport bros. But what's really unbelievable is just how happy these men are with Filipinas. And like the Filipinas know it. Like they're calling it out. There's this channel called the Filipina P, and she literally said, listen, look at my comments, and I'll wager that all that the men in my comments are going to be saying great things about Filipinas. When you get your Filipina, I mean, there's something going on there. There's something going on. They know what's up. And let me put it this way. I think Filipinas make good wives, but it's not that Filipinas are the greatest women on the planet. They're the ultimate perfect woman. I really think what's going on is that American women are just shit wives. They're so bad at being wives, at being partners, at pair bonding that the moment a man comes across a woman who's actually a woman, it's like it's absolutely shocking. I experienced it years ago where I met this woman, and she had feminine qualities, and it was one of the first times in my life I think I had ever met an actual feminine woman. And it's something that in America we don't get very often as men. We don't meet feminine women very often. These are fucking bros. They're bros. Like the women that we deal with, they're bros. There's nothing feminine about them. They're just masculine. They're masculine, you know? Like they were it doesn't matter how dolled up they are, they're whores. They're fucking whores. There's nothing feminine about them. And when you meet a really feminine woman, it's shocking. It will shock you. It'll completely throw you off. Because men in the West are not used to femininity, actual femininity. American women, they try to fake that shit and they can't. All right, it's amazing. I've only I've only encountered real femininity, and I have to say this, it's fucked up like that. I've only like really had that with one woman in my entire life, which is terrible. But it's like when you meet that, when you encounter real femininity, it's like unbelievable. It's intoxicating. It's like a breath of fresh air, and you want more of it. You want more of it, like you're desperate for it. It's like you want to eat. It's like you want to gobble it down. I want more. I want more. I want more. It's a strange thing. It's not simply pheromones. It's weird. It's absolutely weird because it's like your brain is just like, blah, what the hell is this? This is what you're supposed to be getting, and again, it's sad because men are marrying these American women, and these American women don't know anything about femininity. They don't know anything about what it means to be a woman, which is why the Transformers are stepping in and showing them up. Like Leah Thomas is getting his money. Dylan Mulvaney is getting his money. All of these people are getting their money right now. They're getting their money. They're getting their money up. And I'm not hating. I'm celebrating because no one gave a shit when the identity of men was being lost. They had things like, this is a pregnant man. You had a woman who transitioned to male, and they had, I believe, like they had like a beard now, and they had the double vasectomy, so they had the boobs removed, and they looked like a man because they had been taking hormone replacement therapy. So they've been taking testosterone, but they still had the lady parts, and they're like a pregnant man. And men basically just kept their mouths shut and said nothing because we couldn't say anything. But now that women are losing their identity, and now that biological women are losing their identity in America, they're getting furious because you have Transformers that are basically taking their place and making millions of dollars, saying that they're women. And they're saying the Transformers, they're getting kind of wild. They're calling these people like, they're like birthing parents. They're like, listen, they're calling them birthing parents and bleeders. Yes, bleeders. I was like, what? Like, it was like, these people are not fucking around. Like, they're letting them know, I am a woman and you're a bleeder. Okay, you're nothing special. Okay, you're no more woman than I am, and you need to watch. You need to watch your fucking mouth, because I'll fuck you up. All right. And the cops aren't going to say anything because I am a woman. And if listen to me, this is how it is. This is how it is. The Transformers are letting them know that they're robots in disguise. These Decepticons are not fucking around. The Decepticons are not fucking around, and I have no sympathy for that. I have no sympathy for America, for Western women. They brought it onto themselves, and I hope that they I hope they enjoy it. I hope they enjoy it. I wish them well. And when someone says I wish you well, it doesn't actually mean I wish you well. It's like literally saying, like, it's like one of the worst things to say to someone, like, I wish them well. I wish them well. It's no, you don't wish them well. It's like it's more along the lines of go to hell, or even worse than that. Like, I hope you are alive. But there's this thing I was reading. There was this other thing I was reading from one of my subscribers, well, a former subscriber. I don't know if he's subscribed on this channel now. And he said something interesting about women. He said they already steal from each other, man or jobs or a happiness. If one hoe don't have it, she is willing to ruin other woman's life for false happiness, later dying smelling like cat piss and boxed wine. And it's like, that's like the future of like women. Like, like come 2045, 2045. What the hell did I say? 2045. Come 2030, 45%. There we go. Come 2030, 45% of women 25 through 44 will be single and childless. And those are some insane statistics. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this video, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, support the channel by subscribing. Go ahead and also hit the like button, turn on notifications so that you can never miss another Angry Guy video ever again. And also share the video if you want to help promote this content. But yeah, we're gonna have like almost half of all women of reproductive age are going to basically be single come 2030. And what does that tell you? They're gonna say, oh, it's because women now have such higher standards. Well, that's in the United States. 25 through 44, 45% of these women are going to be single and childless. And what they're going to say that is all because the women have higher expectations now. In reality, we're just witnessing the mouse Utopia play out, which was that John Calhoun experiment that I've talked about in other videos, where they took a bunch of mice, put them in a tank, and let them keep multiplying, and over time, they stopped multiplying. The men stopped having sex. They withdrew from society, and then society collapsed, and everyone died off. And this is kind of where we're heading. We're really heading in this direction. And the guys that don't go overseas and get themselves a Filipina, they're just gonna stick around. They're gonna stay at home. They're gonna stay home. They're gonna drop out of society and only work as much as they have to, or not work at all. Live off bomb, play video games, and date robots. I know you're like, what, date robots? They're gonna date robots. And I don't know if you guys ever watched Futurama. Some of you have, and some of you know exactly what I want to say in a moment. At least I hope you do. And that's there's an episode of Futurama called "Don't Date Robots." For those of you that remember Futurama made a lot of amazing, wacky predictions like The Simpsons. But one of the crazy things about Futurama is that it starts off showing you like basically how the world gets destroyed. Like in the year, like it starts off in like the year 2000, and then the world basically gets destroyed. And it was like a mystery for a long time. Like, how did the world get destroyed? Why did the world get destroyed? Like basically aliens came and destroyed the world. But how the fuck did that happen? And it turns out how did aliens destroy the world? It wasn't just like they came and invaded the world and destroyed the world. No, the world had gone to shit. Like literally had gone to shit. Like you'd think, oh well, it's because we couldn't fight back. It's because we didn't have technology necessary to fight. No, the world had already gone to shit. You see, men had started dating robots. They stopped maintaining the infrastructure, so everything was shit. They had started, and this is what really where things are headed. The guys that are staying home playing video games, they're gonna start dating robots, and they're gonna start fucking robots. I'm telling you, that's where it's headed. Be it through VR, augmented reality, or a bitch bot. And so a lot of these guys are gonna order a bitch bot. They're gonna date robots. That's really what it's gonna come down to. They're gonna start having relationships with fucking software and hardware, although they don't necessarily always need both. All right, because like I said, some guys are okay with like just like a software experience and a quick jack off. Others, they're gonna want the hardware, But again, it's that's just how it is. And as more of these guys go in this direction, it leaves these Western countries increasingly open to invasion by aliens. And the thing is, these aliens don't have to come from outer space. All right, they can come from places like the Middle East. Again, guys, like I said, if you're enjoying these videos, subscribe. Hit that fucking subscribe button. Like the video and turn on notifications. Never miss another video ever again. Guys, what do you think about this? About this guy praising, like, why are men praising God for Filipinas? Because clearly these women still have their femininity intact. They still have utility. They are grateful to have a man. Guys, this bullshit where men are like going around trying to learn how to court women. even the whole concept of PUA is pretty fucking stupid. When you think about it, you go back 50 years ago, you had some guy just walking around and meet some chick, and basically, she really didn't have. She'd be grateful to get laid. She'd be grateful to get laid because what's she gonna do? Who's she gonna turn to? Some NBA player? Get the fuck out of here. They didn't have social media back in those days. All right, she'd be lucky if she could fuck the farmer's son. That was it. She didn't have a lot of options. She did not have a lot of options, especially if she lived in a small town. She'd be lucky if she could fuck the farmer's son. Guys, this is the truth. Women, even back in the early 2000s, sometimes, and some of you all will remember this, you'd have a friend who'd have this hot girlfriend. You're like, how the fuck did this guy get this girl? And you could ask the girl would just tell you, he talked to me. Because they didn't have DMs, they didn't have Instagram, they didn't have social media, they didn't have Tinder. A woman, most men never approached women back in those days. So the only way that a woman ever got hit on was, when the construction workers were like, "Hey, baby, you look so wonderful." That was their morning. That was their morning. And they were grateful for that motivation because that made them actually feel like they were someone, like someone actually noticed them in this world. Those construction workers were fucking angels. They were fucking angels, all right? And they should be respected and remembered as such. Okay? They were doing God's work. They were doing God's work. They came in the name of Christ. But over time, social media came along and it damaged that relationship. It came along and the Sims just ran wild. And things have never ever been the same since. But the funny thing is, Sims don't make good husbands. Sims are suckers. And the thing is, a lot of these women who are like living off Sims right now, they don't realize that the Sims are superficial. So as soon as they get old, and the Sims are like, yeah, listen, you're a little too old for me now. I like 16-year-olds. And you're like, wait, 16? Yeah, I like 16. A lot of these Sims are pedophiles. A lot of these Sims you're like, what the heck, Angry? What are you getting into? Guys, I want you to think about something very carefully. There's this chick named Bad Baby. All right, she made like $50 million off Instagram. Like, she became a millionaire just a few days after she turned 18. She created Instagram. So like within like 48 hours of turning 18, she creates an Instagram. Like within a few days of turning 18, she creates an Instagram, and she becomes a millionaire almost instantly. I want to ask y'all something. Where did all those followers come from? Where did all of those people come from? They came from her Instagram, right? Who was following her on Instagram that entire time? Think about it very carefully, because like those people came from her Instagram, but they didn't just suddenly appear in her Instagram when she was 18. These are people who have been following her for at least months, if not years. And as soon as she turned 18 and started posting her shit on OnlyFans, they immediately began paying top dollar. And she looks like a little girl with big boobs. So what does that tell you? That tells you that these fuckers have been following this girl since she was probably like 15 years old. All right? So these Sims, they're just going to move on to the next one. As soon as these women get too old, they're going to move on to the next one. And these women won't be able to turn back to the Plan B guys because the Plan B guys are already out there either dating a robot or married to a Filipina. All right? And long married to a Filipina. Now they have some teenage, now their kids are getting into their teen years and everything. And yeah, by that, I'm telling y'all, they have their kids look into like middle school or something, in some cases high school. They don't have time for that bullshit. All right? They don't have time for this bullshit. They have time for these sad women in America. They don't have time for these sad women in America. Guys, subscribe to the channel. If you're enjoying the content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, turn on notifications to never miss another video ever again. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about why men are praising God for Filipinas? Why men are praising God for Filipinas? Let me know what you think about this, guys. If you enjoyed this video, and you want to support the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/angryguy. You can also drop me some cash via Cash App. So that's Cash App. Or you can drop some cash via Venmo or PayPal. All in the description video. Let me know what you think about why men are praising God for Filipinas. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers. It still ended up being like a 20-something minute video. I was planning to do a shorter video, and you still end up getting a 20-something minute video. And the thing is, like, I didn't want to make this, like, I just had to make this into a video, even though this is probably not going to be the video that ends up going viral, and gets me 1,000 views, which is kind of what I'm looking for. But it's a feel good video, so I'm doing it anyway. And I need to go make the fucking thumbnail now, but I'm not gonna complain. I'm already complaining, but yeah. Let me go. I need to get this video posted. So like I'm here bitching and moaning about the video when I should be getting the video posted for you guys, so you guys can then go and enjoy the video. Those of you that actually watch it. Cheers. You see how complicated it is for me? You see how my mind is constantly going from one thing to another thing to another thing? I don't know. I don't know. I do this constantly, and it gets to me. But and I have to I turn to you guys, and I treat you guys like my therapist. And I think that's okay to do, because you're getting, because I don't really give a shit. But yeah, cheers.